Want to know the top 3 things you must do before buying a house? Well, we're going to tell you next on Real Estate Pro Tips. So many buyers find us either through referral or online or our YouTube channel, and they're just doing everything out of order. I mean, why would they know what to do? There's no manual anywhere. Anyway, Tyler Hill is here, team member, colleague, friend, rockstar real estate agent, and we are going to explain to you what we think are the primary, most important things you should do before buying a house. Tyler, what do you think is the very most important?
I'd say the very most important step, and the one that they often forget to do or do too late, is talk to a lender.
Yes.
So the lender is really the only person who's going to be able to tell you exactly how much house you can afford. And that's really important to figure out before you go out and see anything. Sometimes people have a wrong assessment of what they can afford.
Right. They're like
too high.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I have $200,000. I can buy $1 million house, which isn't always the case.
It doesn't always translate into, how much down payment you can afford. They also look at your reserves and how much of your how much mortgage you can pay for a certain number of months.
Yeah, and by the way, it may sound scary, but because everything's digital now, you can get pre-approved in an hour.
Exactly.
So easy. And I want to add on that aside from, being a complete waste of time looking at houses in the wrong price range, you can't get an offer accepted without a pre-approval letter anyway. A contract's just a piece of paper. It is incumbent upon you, the buyer, to make the seller feel warm and fuzzy that you have the financial wherewithal to close.
In some cases, you can't even see properties without a pre-approval letter.
Not our listings. We'll let you in.
We'll let you in.
Okay, so what is the number 2 thing most important for buyers to do prior to buying a house?
So this one's kind of fun. It's compile a list of must-haves. And this is important,
so
obviously,
good.
Not only to, collect your thoughts maybe with your partner or whoever you're purchasing the house with, but also because you might be passing up the perfect house for you because you aren't clear on what your must-haves are.
Oh my God. And by the way, if you don't prioritize them, you often end up driving around town for 2 years, liking a little and not liking a little about every house, where it truly is a process of elimination. If we can get you 3 out of 5 of your must-haves, with the 6th unspoken must-have being price, we usually tell our clients, engage, instead of being like, well, this one doesn't have a pool and this one doesn't have parking, whereas, it's got that view that was so important to you from the beginning. So,
exactly.
Yeah, go ahead.
Even a $20 million house that you build yourself isn't going to have everything that you want.
I know, they're going to be like, oh, we should have put the torture chamber over here. All right, moving on to number 3. What's the number 3 top thing they should do first?
And the third is our favorite. Talk to an agent.
Oh my God, are you selling us on this?
I mean, it's important, and we're free. We're free for buyers.
It's true, we're free.
Why not use an agent? We can drive all over town, view listings on your behalf, so you don't have to, and really narrow down the options that are, best fit for you.
Yeah, I mean, how many times have people sent us stuff and we're like, hey, that's the worst street in that location, or it is that house, while it may look really cool by the photos, what you don't know is that they're building a house right across the street that's about to take away the entire view. We actually had something like this last week. And then the other thing is, we negotiated a deal for a client last year where the list price was $4 million and we got it for them for $3.3 million. If you go directly to the listing agent, right, the seller's their client first.
Exactly.
So how are they going to then go get the seller to come down on a house that they help price that much?
And then when it comes time to negotiate credits or repairs, you also don't really have a lot of leverage when you go directly to the listing agent. So it's really good to have someone on your side who isn't already working for the seller. Okay,
so to quickly summarize, we need to talk to a lender, we should prioritize our must-haves, and what was the last one?
Talk to an agent.
She was paying attention. So guys, if you have any questions about buying or selling in Los Angeles, Malibu, Beverly Hills, West Hollywood, Los Feliz, we're going to put our information up on the screen here. Otherwise, we'll see you next week.